As you can tell behind me, things look a little different. I have nothing on my wall, or on that wall, or on this wall except for my TV because I haven't been able to take it down yet. So you might be asking what's going on, why is it like that, and what's changing? Well, I'll answer that later on in today's video. I'm gonna do a little Q&A for the 10,000 subscribers. By the way, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot. Can't believe that I've been doing this for 5 years and we just hit 10,000 subs. That's absolutely insane to me. I don't even know, like, realistically 10,000 people. I can hardly count 10 people on my hands. So yeah, that's really wild. Thank you again for the support. It really means a lot. And along with doing the Q&A today, I'm gonna make a custom board. This is gonna be for this month's giveaway item. It's not gonna be the whole thing in today's video, but it is going to basically be the customization for this deck, or at least part of it. Anyway, I don't know how crazy I'm gonna go because, again, I wanna answer a few of your guys' questions and make it not so boring. I mean, I don't wanna just sit here in an empty office with nothing behind me and nothing to look at. So let's go out and go do stuff. I have to run to Subiemods as well because I do need some extra parts for this. I did order some online and those will be here in a few days. So enough talking, enough rambling. Let's just get started with today's video and answer a few questions while doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with all the questions that were asked on my community post that I left on YouTube. I also have one on Instagram, so if you're not following me there and you wanted to ask me questions on Instagram, it's just Keegan_co_, and basically we're just gonna answer questions on both of those, and then I'll probably come up with a few other questions that I will talk about later on. So first question is from Manuel Sanchez. It says, how long you've been skateboarding? I have been skateboarding since I was 8 years old. My brother's the one who got me into skateboarding. Thankfully, I'm really glad that, you know, I kind of watched him growing up because he's also the person that got me into cars. He's basically one of my huge inspirations on a lot of the stuff that I do today. So he's like the person that I look up to the most in a sense. But yeah, I would say I started when I was 8. I'm 25 now. I feel old saying that, geez. Stopped whenever I was 18. And then YouTube kind of made me jump right back into it. I'm still not that good at all. I mean, I'm good at flat ground tricks, I would say, but when it comes to just actually skating and doing stuff that is hard and difficult, yeah, that's not me. I just kind of enjoy it for fun and, you know, help teaching people at the same time. This one's from Sir Cat. Do you have Bionicle toys as a kid? Or did you have Bionicle toys as a kid? And yes, I did actually. That's a really interesting question because I haven't thought about that in years. But yeah, we had them. I remember going to McDonald's whenever I was probably 5, 6 years old, and they had Bionicle toys at McDonald's, and I was like, that's really weird and cool. And now McDonald's toys kind of suck. Yes, I still get kids meals. I'm kidding, I don't do that. I wish I did. I wish I was still a child. And this is from One Night. I actually have a lot of questions from him, which is awesome because not a lot of people left questions, so that actually took care of everything else, which is cool. It says, did I have a good day? It's the first one. I did, actually. Today's been pretty good. Favorite hobby besides skating and cars? YouTube, honestly. That is, so I love skateboarding and I love cars, but YouTube honestly is probably my biggest thing. I find a lot of joy in it. I do it for fun. I would love to turn it into, you know, like a business at some point, to where I can actually, you know, do this full time, because that's realistically what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I would say YouTube is really, really high up there, even more so than skating and cars. Also traveling's up there. I would love to travel as much as possible. It's very difficult with today's economy. It is absolute garbage. But yeah, I would say besides skating and cars, it would be, you know, YouTube and traveling. That's, you know, my bigger hobbies. Just wish I could do more of both of them and actually had the time and money to put into both of them because they're really important to me. Next one, did you know you wanted to design skateboards when you were younger? So that's a really good question. Whenever I was 8 years old, I knew that I wanted to have my own business and run my own business. And I've been working from that point all the way to now to kind of come up with something that I want to do. I still am not there yet. Obviously, I mean, 10,000 subs is amazing and incredible, but I still, you know, I can't support a lot of the lifestyle that I want to live and create off of just this alone. So working full-time job, which takes away from everything else, it makes it difficult to just kind of design skateboards, but I really enjoy it. And half the stuff that I design really doesn't sell anyway. It's all more for fun for me to do, which is why I also sell my boards for roughly $50 plus shipping. I don't want to overcharge somebody for a skateboard, even though, you know, it's all custom and I can charge more. I just don't feel like that's reasonable because at the end of the day, it's a skateboard and you're gonna skate it, you're gonna abuse it, you're gonna destroy it. Obviously, yeah, put it on your wall. I think it's cool, especially as an art piece, but it's a skateboard and I just want to get my name out there, my brand out there. So that's kind of why I sell them for $50, and that's also just, you know, I really just enjoy designing them. I'm not looking at it to make a huge ton of money or anything. Eventually, yes, I do want to have my own storefront, my own physical locations where I can actually film in there every single day and also sell product and really kind of inspire kids and teach other kids to, you know, get into skating or whatever else they might be into. That's kind of, you know, one of my big goals with the channel and where I want to go in the future. So I'd say from 8 years old, I kind of knew that I wanted to be doing something within that. I just didn't know it was going to be just purely designing skateboards, especially since I don't think I'm very artistic. I'm okay, I'm good at copying, I would say, but doing stuff like original stuff, I'm not good at. I'm very, very bad at. So copying, I think, is pretty easy, but again, that's issues with copyright laws and, you know, I can get sued for that, so I still have to be somewhat original on a lot of things. And that's hard, that's really hard. My favorite skateboard design that I've done? Oh, that's a great question. I'll have to go through my phone and see. Honestly, potentially speaking, the Luffy deck that I did, the Woodburn, that might be my favorite just because that was the first time I've ever done a Woodburn design and it turned out so well. And that's actually what kind of inspired me to do even more Woodburn designs. So I would probably say that one might be my favorite. A lot of my anime decks I really like, especially since I'm a huge nerd and I like anime. Any of my glow-in-the-dark ones are really cool. I know the Chucky one is like almost everybody's favorite because it glows in the dark and it was made for Ashton Kelly. Speaking which, I really need to jump on top of another board for him. I have been behind schedule on that. Yeah, I would say probably the Luffy deck is up there. I don't know if I have an actual favorite one off the top of my head though. I'd have to look at everything and all of that's in storage. So I can't kind of tell you the exact one, but yeah. Favorite genre of music? I like a little bit of everything. I'm not a huge country fan, I'm not a huge rap fan, but I do, you know, I still enjoy them to an extent. I would probably put myself more on the EDM side, lo-fi music, stuff like that. I like chill music for the most part. Favorite type of milk? I would say chocolate milk is the best milk. I know there's people that love strawberry milk. I think that's disgusting, it's way too sweet. But chocolate milk's my favorite. I drink that in like 2 seconds. Regular milk is good too. And it's not really good for you, but it's good. Favorite YouTuber other than yourself? Myself as YouTuber, I'm not my favorite. I wish I was, but I pick on myself a lot or bully myself a lot. And I know that I can always do better and achieve better. And that's always what I'm trying to do, is just, you know, do better and be better. And sometimes that doesn't come across on the videos, and I apologize for that, but I really work on it. Favorite YouTuber though, for me, the most inspirational I can tell you would be Adam LZ. And I think that's been pretty consistent within the channel, but I went to his open house and that was during a time in my life that it was going pretty hard. Kind of like now, I mean, right now really isn't that hard, I guess, but during that time, I needed something to motivate me and push me, and I went to his first open house at his second location, because at first location, second location, now he's the third location, but his second location, went there, and that was probably the most memorable experience I've ever had in my life, and I'm so glad that I did it. I did it again the next year. It wasn't as good, it was way too overcrowded, but it still was an exciting experience just to do that. So next one is favorite anime / show. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for this because it's probably not the best anime, but to me it is, and it's Naruto. I really, really, really love that anime, and it's something that I grew up with, I guess, which is kind of why I like it. It was the first thing that got me into anime, and now I'm into, you know, everything else in between, and I love all sorts of different kinds, especially like dungeon style anime. There's just a lot, but Naruto is probably my favorite, and I think it's never gonna change. Just like how Finding Nemo is my favorite movie of all time, and that's such a like kid thing to say, but Finding Nemo to me is just amazing, and it will always be amazing. And there can be a movie that is like 100 times better than it, but it's never gonna change. Finding Nemo is always going to be my favorite movie. So there's that. Dream vacation. Oh my God, it would be to go to Japan or Australia. Both of those I think would be absolutely amazing. And I'm hoping that if I ever go to my dream vacation, I'm able to take somebody with me, because I don't want to just do it alone. I want somebody to share the experience with. I want somebody to grow with. I don't know. I really, really, really want to go to Japan and have somebody who appreciates that culture and understands it and can be a nerd with me and appreciate all the cars and the anime behind it. And then same thing for Australia. I love the nature aspect of it. I want to go to the Great Barrier Reef before it completely dies, because humans are stupid and we have ruined that. And I don't know how much longer I have until that's completely gone. But those are the two places that I would absolutely love to go. So that's my dream vacation. Last question from the YouTube community post is favorite song, and honestly, I don't have one. I wish I did. I don't. There's just a lot of different songs out there. But again, probably be something within the EDM realm space, or even Lindsay Sterling. I really like her with her violin music. I don't know. It's nice to get out of my head sometimes, and listening to music and driving is one of the best ways to do that for me. So yeah. Anyway, that is the YouTube community post. Thank you everybody that asked questions there. Now we'll do the Instagram reel and see what questions I got asked there. The first question on the Instagram reel is, do you know the Bones Brigade? No, I don't think so. I think I might have heard of it a little bit. Yeah, I might have seen little bits of it, but no, I don't think I've actually watched the whole autobiography for it, if that's what you're talking about. So no, sorry, that's a bad thing. First car, my first car was a 2001 Mercury Cougar, I believe. I think it was 2001, could be wrong. It was nice-ish for the most part. I mean, I was 16, got a car for Christmas, and it kind of sucked. The rear brakes went out, and I would try to stop, and I actually ran through a couple stop signs before because I couldn't stop. Yeah, that was a fun time. I also used to drift around in that car. It's a front-wheel drive car, so you can't really do it, but I pulled my e-brake with it a lot on gravel. That was really fun. But yeah, 2001 Mercury Cougar. Then I had a 2007 Ford Mustang that was a V6. It was manual, my first manual vehicle. Absolutely loved driving it, and that's the first car that I would say I worked on officially. I pulled the transmission out, I replaced the clutch into it with a Spec 2 clutch or something like that, and then like a couple months later it went out because that clutch was not good. I would say that I installed it incorrectly, but I know that it was done well. It just, I don't know, something was bad within it, and then I replaced it with an OEM clutch again, and it was absolutely fantastic, and it lasted forever until I had the car, or until I got rid of the car, I guess I should say. But after the Mustang, I got a 2004 Subaru STI. I know you didn't ask about all of them, but I'm gonna talk about some of them at least. But I got a 2004 Subaru STI. That was my introduction dream car to the JDM space, the JDM realm, and I absolutely loved it. The all-wheel drive on it's amazing. The turbo on it's amazing. I still have the car. I've thought about selling it multiple times. I've mentioned it on the channel multiple times. I still kind of want to sell it, but it's also my first real car that I pulled apart everything. I've done the transmission, I've done the clutch, I've done exhaust stuff on it, I've done spark plugs multiple times. It's depressing. Pulled the intake manifold off 3 times now to try and fix things. I've taken that whole car apart, and I know a lot about it. I also hate them because the Subaru engine is terrible. Don't ever buy a Subaru, kids. It's not good. They're cool, they're fun, they're fast-ish, they sound amazing, but for a first car, especially with how expensive they are, maybe not. This one's, when are we gonna skate or film a street part? That's a great question, and I probably need to, reach out and go skate more. I've just been really busy, I'm sorry. Next one is, can you skate? Yeah, somewhat. I'm not the best at it, but I try. One of my buddies, Cam, says, do you love me? I guess so. It's weird saying I love a guy, but I guess so, if you're into that kind of stuff. Next one, what would you say were the 3 biggest challenges you have faced building your brand? I'm still building it, so there's that. And I'm self-taught on everything. I'm self-taught on YouTube, I'm self-taught on graphic design, I'm self-taught on literally everything that I do. I would say I do need some help, especially on the marketing side. I am garbage when it comes to marketing, and that's also probably why, my channel's not picking up as fast as it should, but it's also okay because, like I said, I do a lot of this for fun and I'm not worried about it. If you guys watch the channel, cool. If you don't, cool. I mean, that still kind of sucks, but I do a lot of this for fun. So, 3 biggest challenges though. Staying motivated is probably a big one because, as much as like the views and the likes and stuff like that, that doesn't really matter to me. It still matters to a sense because there's a lot of times where I put a lot of effort into content, a lot of effort into what I'm building or doing, and then the video just flops. And I know that's a problem with a lot of videos, and a lot of people say, try it on TikTok, whatever, which, granted I should, but that's the marketing side of it that I'm just terrible at. But being motivated, because you can get in your head and you can shut stuff down and then you don't upload. And that's kind of happened with me a few times where I just haven't been able to upload because I lose motivation. And typically I have a really good self-drive to do things, so I don't worry about it too much, but there's times. Another thing would be figuring out a design I want to do. There's so many things that I can do out there, and it's difficult to come up with something new because I don't want to be redundant. I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again, and a lot of the stuff that I have been doing lately feels a little redundant when it comes to the deck designs. I still try to switch them up as much as possible and be new. I mean, all the designs are going to be new, but the process, the method that I'm using, they're all pretty much the same. So I try to switch it up, and I do also want to help teach you guys how to make your boards at home. That way you're not having to, you know, go out there and buy an expensive board or expensive custom board, and you can do something at your home for yourself. So that would be another one. Biggest challenge also would probably be money, believe it or not. It's very expensive doing a lot of this stuff. It may not seem expensive, but I have done over, I would say 20 giveaways, I believe, close to that. And each giveaway I do is roughly $100, if not more. So give or take, that's just $2,000 in giveaway. I think that's right. Let's see. Yeah, it's $2,000 just bare minimum in giveaways. And that's on a YouTube channel that's only got 10,000 subs. And you might think that, you know, I make a lot of money, but honestly speaking, I don't. And I do a lot of this because I want to, you know, give thanks. I want to support my community and support the people that have been supporting me for so long. So I'm not worried about that aspect of it because I really just enjoy giving back as much as possible, and I want to continue that even whenever the channel grows to something bigger. I always just want to keep that growing with the channel because it means a lot to me. I like making other people happy. So but the money aspect has been very, very challenging because you got to spend money to make money. You got to spend money to make content. I know you don't always have to, in a sense, but for the stuff that I want to do, the stuff that I enjoy, and then stuff that I feel like you guys might even enjoy, you know, I have to spend some decent money to do that. So those would be the three biggest challenges, I would say. The next one's from my friend Amber. When are you going to visit your best friend in England? Oh, I would love to. If I could go right now, I totally would, because one, content, traveling, that would be just absolutely insane to me. So I would love to go to England. Again, I don't have a whole lot of money, and with how things are going right now, I really don't have any money. I guess that's the case, I don't know. Next one is, why are you so cute? I'm not, but thank you. How much power is the R32 pulling? It's garbage slow. It's like 210 horsepower from factory. And I have a weird breakup issue right now, so it's probably actually pushing close to like 150 to 200. Yeah, it's slow. It's garbage slow. And then the last question for the Instagram reel is, can you put my question in the video? Then yeah, that's your question, so now it's in the video. There you go, you're welcome. I guess it's time to get into the whole nitty gritty of everything and explain why there's nothing on my walls at all except for my TV. And that's because I'm currently moving out and trying to find an apartment. So the content is going to be a little lackluster until I can actually find a place so I can film again. The reason for that is because the relationship that I was in, I'm no longer in. And I know like that should suck, I guess, for most people, and it does suck. But I think it's also for the best. I think that it's healthy, in my opinion, and I had to be honest with myself and honest with just the relationship side of it. I don't want to go into too much detail on it because, again, that's personal space and I want to keep that still kind of private, but I just want to give you a heads up about kind of what's happening and what's changing. And yes, I'm okay. I mean, yes, it sucks, obviously, but I do feel a little relieved to an extent. And I feel like I'm getting back to myself again, because I feel like I've kind of hidden parts of myself away for a while, and maybe my personality has kind of gone downhill and been a little bit more depressing. And you might have noticed in this video, in the last few videos, it's kind of been more uplifting and a little bit high-spirited per se, and that kind of feels like my normal self. So I'm glad to start feeling excited again. It's sad to say that, you know, a relationship ending is kind of what got me to that point, because again, it sucks, but I think for the most part it'll be healthy, or it should be healthy, and we'll figure out a new design space that's hopefully a little bit bigger, because I did run out of room in here. Just to give you another viewpoint, there's a huge mess on my floor, so pardon that, but I mean, I have that much space, and most people would think, yeah, that looks like, you know, a lot of room, but when you have multiple desks and art stuff and video stuff everywhere, it takes up everything and then you run out of room. So that's why I had to make that little skate rack over there so I can put all my boards up there instead of on the ground. And yeah, I'm glad I did that because it's really cool and made content, but yeah, so that's pretty much what's been going on and why I haven't been uploading as much as I usually do, trying to figure out everything and pack up everything and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm still gonna keep a lot of that private, but I did want to give a little update and explanation. So I hope you guys are okay with that, and I hope you guys like all the answers to the questions that I was asked and all the answers that I just gave. If you have any other questions that you'd like to ask, feel free, leave them down in the comments below. I'll answer them then, or I'll answer them in another video, just depends on how intricate the question might be. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. So if you like the content, if you wanna help support the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It does really, really help out, more than you know. We are at 10,000. I did plan on doing a PlayStation 5 giveaway for 10,000, but a lot of people commented on that and didn't really care for it. So I might have to switch that to something else. I don't know, I could do multiple giveaway winners or something with about $1,000 worth of skate product. I don't know how I want to go about it yet because again, I am limited on funds and money. I'm not complaining by any means because this is, you know, my choice and what I want to do. But I do want to give back somehow to say thank you for the 10,000 subs and the support that you guys have given me. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and hopefully we can do something cool. For this month though, we are doing a glow-in-the-dark skateboard. That's what I was working on in this video. I didn't show all the details in it because that's gonna be used for another video, but we are gonna be doing a 100% glow-in-the-dark skateboard, and I think it's gonna be really cool, so stay tuned for that. Again, that's it, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome. Later.